roughly, I don't know, 28-ish foot Mako bunkhouse by Gulfstream here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And a really interesting layout. It has a classic wraparound rear bunkhouse that I've seen several times before. It's a cool layout. Gives a lot of privacy to all your sleeping areas. But it also has a very interesting, I don't know how to say it, like living room basement bunk. And when you see it, I think you'll understand why I have trouble describing it. It's pretty cool. All in all, she looks alright. Owned by a pretty handy fella. He seemed to know how to work on things, do things, build things. I don't see anything that really scares me from a structural standpoint. I'm not seeing anywhere there's been leaks. She's fine. It's just a nice used fifth wheel here. I got to double check the weight. I didn't see a weight tag in it, so otherwise I would more than happily share that with you. I would, looking at this and just with my experience, estimate this to be half-ton towable for the proper half-ton. A V6 with a 344 rear end is not going to do that, but, any 2011 Ford half-ton with a tow package, you should be fine. And obviously, 3/4 ton and up, you're ace. The first thing that clued me into something a little bit unique going on here was this window. I looked at it and went, why is there a window down here in the basement? And it really threw me off. And I kind of popped my head inside and I saw what looked almost like washer dryer doors. And I was like, what is this here? And I opened it up. Lo and behold, we have a basement bunk. It's actually pretty cool. And it looks to have been done this way from the factory. This must have been something that they were doing at Mako for a little bit. I've not ever seen it before. It's very cool. You could easily use it as a lot of storage space, not to mention just the benefit of extra sleeping when you need it and where you need it. Big living room super slide here, giving us that rainy day space, that living space we want, so we're not tripping over one another constantly. That looks like a full-on hide-a-bed that can open up into extra sleeping space. Your dinette naturally can fold down into its own little sleeper. Your windows over here, this is a triple jalousie window, very classic style window to give you more airflow, especially when it's kind of rainy out. I like the nicer warm tone cabinetry. That's something, things went really dark for a long time, and they're kind of flipping back and forth right now on the new end of things, but this is that nice classic wood tone. I like it because you can actually see the wood grain, Again, everything I see looks fine. It's just a normal used fifth wheel. I don't see where there's been any leaks. I don't see any seam failures. There's no mold spores above the slide wall. That's a very common thing I look for. Just a nice, solid used fifth wheel. Extra little pantry over here, and as we're coming through, that'll also, right behind that, you'll see all of the rear private bunkhouse storage space. Now, we do have, windows for ventilation, heat and air pumped into the rear bunkhouse here, and even an extra little skylight for extra light back here if you're dry camping and you don't want to burn up your batteries. Down here, we have a extra large big kid bunk, and that's about 50% wider than the normal single bunk that you have up top here. But what that's doing is it's leaving us extra room for the kids or guests' own little storage space. And again, one of the cool parts about this is that it has just a door you can close. Just a nice privacy door back here, and that way whenever it is bedtime, we close the door and we are done. The entertainment center, this is it's a big, thick, deep entertainment center, so you can actually use that for good storage space. And they use it in two different ways. They give you two big spaces down here in the living room, and this upper section they use for linen space in the bathroom. So once again, very good dual-purpose use of space. I still love that little. I'm really surprised I haven't seen that anywhere else in the industry. That is very, very cool. This is a huge closet in this hallway here. You see how deep it comes out. It is all the way to the back storage. That is pure unadulterated storage right there. And it's very nice to have that storage space because, again, a lot of half-ton or family bunkhouse fifth wheels don't have that kind of capacity. This is, here's that upper deck storage I was telling you about, just to kind of give you an idea. Lots of space. That's all the space you need for your towels and stuff for a weekend trip or something like that. Previous owner took out the side stands. This had a queen bed. He wanted a king. So he took out the side stands, and I don't know how he managed to fold up and fit this king-size bed up in here, but more power to him. He did it, and he did it without tearing anything up. He didn't rip off the ceiling trim or anything. Did an awesome job. So this little half-ton towable family bunkhouse fifth wheel has a king bed for mom and dad up front. How cool is that? hard thing to find. Again, we do have heat and air upstairs here, and the bath, they kind of have split. They do have the lavatory or sink, as it were, with the medicine cabinet here, although you do have a privacy curtain there so you can close this off at night. All in all, very cool, and with a couple unique things I've never seen before. If you're the type of person that doesn't like to have the exact same thing as the guy down the street, this might be a good option for you. This is cool. 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, happy